2.7 FM and 820 AM as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
Am I good on the mic?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike RVA. It is the leading daily social enterprise business show in the Richmond area. I'm your host, Mike King, and I appreciate you being here with me. The views expressed here are mine, have no connection to, support of, or agreement with any other host, information, or ads on the station. I don't work for the station. I'm just appreciative that my program airs here on a daily basis. So join me as this cutting-edge show uplifts the community and showcases RVA in a different way. The sounds you're listening to are emanating from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. Joining us today, as usual, is the man on the wheels of steel, Al Green, the super producer, and we can be reached by calling 804-778-8888. On the Mic with Mike highlights partnerships, people, social enterprise business, organizations, as well as issues of the day. We'd like to thank our show sponsor, Tom Childry, the credit card guy. If you have credit card or merchant services and you want to streamline your processes or find a better way to do it, or I guess save some money, Tom Childry is the guy. He's been doing it more than 25 years. He will be able to help you. He was just in last week talking about credit card loyalty and gift cards. So Tom Childry, 804-503-8472. He also does a lot with the community, and we thank him for that. Along the way, folks, we got to pay some bills around here. So please take a listen and support our advertisers and supporters. What they're doing is they're doing some outstanding things, so they have some great products and services. So please take a listen to what they have to say. They help us stay on the air. The outstanding guests that you hear with us are made possible by the advertisers and supporters that you hear. So today's show, folks, is game-changing. We brought in the big dogs here. On the Mic with Mike is a place where you'll go from SBA one day, journalism the next day. Today we have Paula Pardell with Modern Love at 1:30. She's here with Coach K. They're going to talk relationships and all that. But first, up to the mic, it is the definitive journalism group in town. We have Anthony Harris, the driving force behind RVA MAG. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Mike.
All righty, we got to get to it. Now, for anyone who's out there, people say, there's journalism, there's people who are covering. RVA MAG is on the front line of telling the story. Please tell the story about how you came to be at RVA MAG. Tell your story.
Well, thanks, Mike, for having me on the show.
Welcome.
First off, thank you. The magazine started in 2005. I was a VCU art grad, graduated in 2002. Date myself a little bit.
Shout out to the Rams there.
Yeah. And then I had worked on another publication a friend of mine had started, and then that got some citywide recognition, and then it kind of burnt out, and then I decided to do RVA while I was working at Sticky Rice, rolling sushi.
Okay, so you graduate from VCU.
Yes.
You're working at Sticky Rice.
Yes.
You decide I want to go and jump into the world of journalism.
I think journalism, I think it's more about showcasing people. So the idea was to talk to my artist friends, interview them, go to art shows, have photographers in there. Just really, the emphasis was always on art and music. And I found that there was an opportunity there because the papers in town, the publications in town weren't embracing social media at the time.
15 years ago, they hadn't realized the power of it.
Of MySpace,
Okay.
Which is interesting because before MySpace and social media, the only people that could be brands were corporations or people that were famous in some way. And then I remember on MySpace, and some people might remember this, but there was a guy named Ducky, and it was some Asian guy, and he wore sunglasses, and he had like 100,000 people that liked him on MySpace. And it became realization of like, oh, normal people can now have a following and become whatever it is, and that eventually becomes like a Kim Kardashian.
An influencer.
Yes, exactly, right. So that was really early. That was like 2004. And then you realize that people were getting their news, or people were sharing news on MySpace. Like, hey, this article or this thing happened. They were sharing it there, and Style Weekly, Richmond Magazine, Richmond Night, Times Dispatch, NBC 12. No one was in that space, and I was like, okay, I can build a following here, and I don't have to do as many print, because that's what they were beating us on, was they could print like 100,000 copies. Of course, you're going to reach majority of people, but the young people were all, online.
In a digital space.
Yes. So I was an early adopter in Richmond on the social media front, and built my whole business on MySpace, and then Facebook, and then Twitter, Instagram. As soon as those things were adopted, I was like right on it. I was like, oh, this is the new way to do this thing. That makes a lot of sense.
One of the things, so ladies and gentlemen, the voice you're listening to is Anthony Harris. He is the force behind RVA Magazine, which is hands down the ones who are out there telling the story of what's happening in Richmond at this crazy time in our history. So that was your business model. At what point did you realize you might have something?
To pay for the mag, we would have parties. We'd have art parties. So we started the magazine the same day Gallery 5 down in Jackson Ward opened up. We actually had our joint opening or release parties at the same time. And so we had a partnership where, the math was real simple. I was selling the magazine at first. You're not selling enough to pay the bills. We need to have events. So if I send an invite out to 10,000 people on MySpace, 400 people show up, they spend $5, that's $2,000. Okay, well, that's enough to pay a few people, do a small print run. If we do that every week, then we can do more magazines. And then it went from being, we did it every month, and then eventually, about 2010, we did it like once, 4 times a year. But I knew it was going to be something when we did the Carytown New Year's party. I was 27. I got hired to do the first 2 Carytown New Year's. The first one was 8,000 people. And then after that, I remember getting called to City Hall and meeting the administration, and then having to plan a party for 20,000 plus people in Carytown.
When businesses look at scaling, can you talk a little bit about what that planning to go from where you were to 8,000 to 20,000 people? Because businesses always worry about, I want to scale, and all of a sudden the opportunity comes, and then they're not ready.
Well, I don't think I didn't feel like I had a choice. And at that time, RVA was not a common term. And the radio station WRVA was the only one that had recognized that as a term. And I had heard it in the punk scene down on Gray Street at like the Nancy Reagan, which used to be Twisters, Empire. And so that's why it's named RVA Mag. And then when we did that party for 8,000 people and everybody had a great time, the city now was interested in how are you going to keep people safe, because it was an open air party. And then I knew it was going to be something when I met with, the water official, the fire department. I mean, we were at the biggest table, and I'm like 28 and had no experience with that. And I had my logistics person to my left, and then I had one of my best friends and my lead salesman to the right, and we're just dealing with
that was your crew.
Well, yeah, and then we were like, are we gonna do this? I was like, they already paid us, and I want to see it happen. So we had the big screens, and we promoted Carytown as a really cool place to be. And at that point too, Carytown was kind of like in a middle area where it didn't have a nightlife scene. It was seen as a family-friendly daytime thing, but there was 3 or 4 bars opening up, and so that party kind of gave it a big boost, I think. And then next year it was all politics. I was still young, and they took it over, and in my opinion, made it less fun. But that's kind of how a lot of projects go. You know, it's always fun until major money comes involved.
And then they water it down.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the voice is Anthony Harris of RVA Magazine. Can you talk a little bit about, from the journalistic standpoint, how you view your magazine compared to the mainstream? Because what I hear, and I hear a lot, because we do get a lot of people coming through this program, the TV stations, the newspapers, all kind of look out. And because I used to work at NBC 12 and CW, I would hear and know certain things. The way that they look at you and your organization is in very high regard. When did you notice that they were starting to look at you and take you serious as well?
Are you talking about recently with the...
Well, that's it. Okay, we're going to get to that one right there. But at what point, 2014, 15, did you realize, hey, the mainstream media is kind of taking what we're doing or looking at us?
Well, I think in 2009 when the city adopted RVA, because I met with them and they were like, we're going to start a campaign and put RVA on everything. And then my first realization of the city taking it seriously when I went to take out the trash and I saw a big RVA sticker on the trash truck. And I called my partner up and I was like, what? I was like, what's going on, man? And then we were also part of the Richmond Mural Project. So once we started putting up all these murals around town, and then I felt like the media in town started taking us seriously as an arts kind of advocate, because once these international artists came to town, the murals happened, and then all of a sudden the city went from a place where it was illegal to put up murals, because it was downtown. It was because of the graffiti problem that happened earlier. So they had a ban on any kind of art on the buildings. And then the mural project happened, and now you see murals everywhere. And a lot of it now is local, which is great,
I just ran across one yesterday with John Lewis.
Yeah.
And I was just riding by and saw that, and I had to post that. So how does a person? You guys get iconic photos. Real quick, we got to give a shout out to Cheats. To Mark.
Yeah, our mutual friend Mark.
Shout out to Cheats and the Cheats movement.
Yes.
Mark Cheatham has always been great to me, and the things that I wanted, that I want to do. He's the guy who puts on. Him and the Cheats movement is, they do things down, perfectly from the way I look at it. And I want to give him a shout out. And thanks for kind of bringing you to our attention. So talk a little bit about how photos end up with you and get published. Do you find them, or do people send them to you and submit them saying, hey, I got this really great shot?
Well, at the beginning, it was us finding people, and then having a magazine as a platform, as a draw. People want to see their stuff in print. And so over the years, I must have interviewed, and us as a team, we have to be close to like over 1,000 people that we've interviewed, in the art world, in the photography world, in Virginia. And so that kind of snowballs. And then recently, us having the Instagram platform, and, we got a photo sent with the police car on fire, at the very beginning on the night that the protests happened for George Floyd. And that just kind of like fed into everybody else sending us stuff. So it actually, it's been really interesting because it's more citizen journalism. As COVID has gutted media in general in terms of advertising, you either see like really small skeleton crews now working overtime, like 3 or 4 people working on a paper, which you're seeing all over the place, or you're seeing the platforms open up and allowing citizen journalism to kind of feed into it. Now, how do you offset that and try not to let it be biased? You just show the photos and kind of explain the scene and try to keep the politics out of it as much as you can. Of course, people know that we're going to lean one way. We're progressive. There's no doubt about it.
Kind of like this show.
Kind of like the show, Mike, and I appreciate you having me on.
In the middle of all the conservative stuff that goes on, shout out to the station and all of our listeners. We just like to say, thank you for listening to us. I know some of the views expressed here are a little bit different than you're used to hearing, but everyone's welcome. So the time is 1:21. Got to go away for a minute or two. We'll be back with Anthony Harris on the other side, talking about some of the iconic photos. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike, WJFN Radio, 100.5, 92.7, 820 AM. This is the place where the game changers meet. On the other side, we got Paula Pardell in the house. We got Coach K. There's Sandra Wilson from Black Connections. This is the place, folks. Come on back.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
Hi everyone, it's Pavi Leitner, the CEO and founder of Finlit and your family's certified financial educator, dedicated to the financial success of you and your family. Are you not sure where to start with your finances? Or are you looking to sign your middle schooler up for our virtual camp? Book us at www.finlitva.com. That is www.finlitva.com. Finlit is creating a money-conscious community.
Chris Ship here with Focus Floors, and we are offering a free upgrade in any Bono water-based poly for any job that gets put on our schedule. You can reach us at focushardwoodflooring.com or just check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook, Focus Floors 804, Instagram 80floors. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Daquan Woodbury, also known as Chef PQ. The restaurant industry is going through a hard time right now. With COVID-19, a lot of things are going on. Restaurants are shutting down. They might have to even close their doors for good. In the past few months, we've seen how life can change dramatically in a blink of an eye. Fortunately, I've created a system, a proven system, that allows restaurants to stay successful in this new way of life. As the owner of RVA Cafe, I would love to help you through these challenging times. Go to redindigofood.com for more information.
Are you experiencing difficulties with paying your mortgage or bringing your mortgage current? If so, we can help. Give Neighborhood Home and Assistance a call at 1-800-441-6872 or text 757-951-3048 for the immediate response. We have over 10 years of mortgage experience working with some of the largest mortgage corporations in America. For more information, visit neighborhoodhomeassistance.com to schedule your free over-the-phone consultation. Remember, time is one thing we can't get back, and your home is your investment. Act fast.
Mike King isn't a businessman, he's a businessman with his own talk show, On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. It is the premier enterprise show here in the Richmond area. You heard the man. We have the Game Changers here with us. Today we have Anthony Harris of RVA MAG. So we want to talk about some of the iconic photos. Oh, by the way, where can people find you guys?
On Instagram at RVA MAG, and then, of course, on Facebook, RVA MAG, and then www.rvamag.com.
So what blew up more? Was it Facebook or when you hit Instagram that you really realized that this thing is taking off?
Recently, the Instagram, we went from 20,000 to 80,000 in 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So talk a little about the iconic photos. Like I said, the bus on fire was one that I noticed and really recognized, as well as the ballerina in front of the monument. But what are some of the other things that stick out, and what does that mean to you guys for capturing this moment in time in Richmond?
You know, it's been interesting. We've been approached by the Valentine Museum, the Virginia Historical Museum, and other places about possibly archiving this timeline. Because that's what it really is. It's just if you go through the feed, you'll see a progression of the protests to the artistic side coming out, almost like people are processing what just happened in an artistic way. And and then of course the documentation of police brutality and how they've interacted with protesters and whatever you feel about it, you can see the pictures, clear as day, and you can make your own decisions. But it's there as as a historical archive at this point, and I believe that's probably the most important aspect of what we're doing is people are going to be able to see that and make their own decisions.
So when, from a journalistic standpoint, a lot of times I tell people anyone can write anything. It's not fact checked. What's the process for you guys when somebody comes with an article or you guys write an article and a source says something?
Well, we do get approached by a lot of people that are angry and that want us to essentially take their side. We don't do that. We're really trying to highlight, especially right now, highlight minority business, entrepreneurs, make connections across races, across economic levels, just highlighting good things and then allowing the Instagram to kind of give you the facts. Like we're not writing an article about what happened last night. Here's the pictures that happened last night, and you make up your mind, right? And I think that opens the door, if people want to debate it or whatever, that's fine. But, here's the pictures that show what happened.
It's not us telling you what happened.
Yeah. It's someone on the street that was there. It's just like how the George Floyd video showed the world how black men are treated in some cases, and how upsetting that was, right? That was a factual thing. I mean, people could see it. If someone had just wrote an article about that situation,
it wouldn't have been the same.
It would have been like, oh, they're making it up. But now you can see it with your eyes, and you can see how that was just completely what it was.
And that's something. So here on this program, we talked about it yesterday: social injustice, social enterprise, business, and the basis for this program is business can help society be better. I'd like to thank you for coming on. Let folks know how they can find you once again.
Well, first, thank you, Mike, for having me on, and I am very pro-business, and I am pro-social justice. And you can find us at rvamag.com. And just look up RVA Mag on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter.
They're RVA Mag everywhere. That's who you guys
are. Yeah, we're just RVA Mag. So
and it's really easy. You guys do a great job, and I want to thank you for taking the time coming here. I always tell people you're friends of the program. You got your eyes and ears, to the ground, knowing what's happening. I appreciate you letting everybody know. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Harris, RVA Magazine, thank you for coming. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other side, this is going to be crazy. So we have Paula Pardell is here, Modern Love normally, and she has Coach K. So I don't know what's going to happen. We just stay tuned. You'll hear it. Thanks now.
There's a news star in Virginia, thevirginiastar.com. Finally, there's a newspaper in Virginia that delivers the unfiltered truth on politics and information you need to know.
I love it. It's about time.
Man, that's great. I read it every morning.
Thevirginiastar.com. Unbiased. No slant, just facts. thevirginiastar.com. It's not the mainstream media, it's the truth stream media. So if you're tired of fake news, get real news now. thevirginiastar.com.
Attention, Virginia Patriots. Do you want to help save America this November? Join our team. American Majority Action is a national conservative organization that mobilizes citizens to get involved in the political process. We are looking for patriots to join our paid team of door-to-door canvassers now through November 3rd. Save Virginia, save America. It's now or never. Contact us at www.am-action.org/Virginia or liz@am-action.org.
TGIF, happy Friday. I'm Kiara Johnson with your WJFN 100.5 FM weather report brought to you by Dominion Energy. Richmond, your weather today, rain, high 68 degrees, winds light and variable. For your tonight, thunderstorms and rain, and even areas of patchy fog, low 62. For your weekend, Richmond, Saturday 77, mostly cloudy. Sunday 81, same thing. Charlottesville, rain likely, high 68 degrees, expect 1/4 inch. and locally heavy rainfall. For your tonight, low 62 and periods of rain. For your weekend, partly cloudy all weekend, 77 on Saturday, 81 on Sunday. Fredericksburg, considerably cloudy with occasional rain showers this afternoon, high 71. For your tonight, areas of patchy fog, a steady rain this evening, and showers continuing overnight, low 62. For your weekend, mostly cloudy, 77 on Saturday, and about the same thing on Sunday, 81, mostly cloudy. This has been your weather report. Please visit DominionEnergy.com.
Folks, this is the most important election of our time. America itself is on the ballot. The police are on the ballot as radicals push to defund law enforcement while doing nothing to deter the looting and violence tearing apart our nation's cities. The fact is, our safety is on the ballot too, and our way of life. That's why I'm urging you to join an effort sponsored by the Job Creators Network. They're working with the biggest conservative host in America, like me. This election is about one thing: turnout. The left has their get out the vote machine now. We need ours. That's why the single most important thing you can do to save our country is go to keepamericaamerica.com. That's keepamericaamerica.com and become a volunteer in the biggest get out the vote effort in history. You'll be given tasks that can make a difference in November. Do a little, do a lot, but please do your part. Go to keepamericaamerica.com now. That's keepamericaamerica.com.
Welcome to the SBA Weekly Business Tip. I am Martin Shope, the U.S. Small Business Administration, Virginia District Office. Under COVID-19, this is definitely the time to review and possibly revamp your business plan. A business plan is a roadmap to guide you in the launching and operating of your endeavor. The plan provides an outline for the framework of your business. It declares your business's vision and next steps. It also models your core values, mission, and addresses your direction. Visit us at sba.gov and click on our Learning Center tab to learn more. We're here to help you start, grow, expand, or recover.
Does your home need a makeover? If so, refresh with quality with LA Labor and Painting, LLC. They make your home sparkle and be the envy of the community. They are masters at interior and exterior painting, drywall. They clean decks. They landscape and remove items you wish were gone. The bottom line is, they refresh with quality, provide professional service, and follow all guidelines regarding COVID-19. Call today to make your home sparkle. You can reach LA Labor by calling 804-972-8014. Call today for the On the Mic with Mike discount. When you mention the program, you'll receive 20% off of the beautification of your most prized possession. Call LA Labor and Painting today at 804-972-8014.
Thank you, attorneys Justin Lauder and Chris Gatewood at Threshold Counsel PC for sponsoring this program. They offer startup, business, and intellectual property services for innovative and growing organizations. You can find them online at threshold.cc.
Are you tired of dating online? Bloom Matchmaking offers a safe and effective alternative. Every match is vetted and background checked. Bloom Matchmaking offers a personalized experience just for you. Check us out at bloommatchmaking.com or give us a call at 804-205-5063. Let Bloom take the stress out of dating. Mention On the Mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 804-205-5063. Bloom Matchmaking, where love grows.
Mike with Mike from Michael Mike's. From the Michael Mike's. Michael Mike's. My name is Isabella and you're listening to My King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. I'm Mike, and those are my grandkids right there. Shout out to them for the awesome promo. The program you're listening to is On the Mic with Mike, 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, WJFN Radio, 100.5, 92.7, 820 a.m. Today, folks, okay, so this is the program, what we do here. We've gone from SBA Wednesday. We had RVA Magazine talking about the business of journalism and how they became the definitive go-to place chronicling what's happening in Richmond. And now, folks, it's a little different here. It is Friday. Normally, we're on with Paula Pardell at 1:45, but her segment's blowing up so much. We're here at 1:36 bringing it to you. So if you're looking at us on Facebook, Mike King here, Coach K of Love and Intimacy. 101. 101, okay. 101. And we have Paula Pardell, Bloom Matchmaking. This is called Modern Love with Paula Pardell. Paula, welcome back.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, Coach K, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All righty, ladies. I don't know what this is gonna turn into. So we all know what Paula Pardell. She is the premier matchmaker here. Oh, like I say, stop swiping left or right. We brought in Coach K because I have a creative mind, and shout out to Sandra Wilson for the connection. Okay, so now, Coach K, please explain who you. I see the shirt that says Sexpert.
Yes.
Okay, folks. Okay, folks. This is a business show. Tell exactly what the heck you do, and please explain to people.
So, hi everybody. My name is Konya Ford, but everyone just calls me Coach K. I am a certified clinical sexologist and master sexologist, which less intimidatingly known as a life, love, and intimacy coach. So
that does sound a lot less.
Yes.
That does sound a lot less. It's safer that way because the real title was kind of...
It's scary.
It's kind of scary. Okay.
It is. It makes people call in to get help, and then they realize, oh, okay, so you're not going to put me into different... No, we're not going to put you in positions and show you what to do. But I will talk to you about best practices, boundaries, and how to attract the person that you like. And then maybe I'll hand them over to Miss Paula.
That's right.
So one of the things that we talked to, Paula talks about boundaries and communication, and those are certain things. So ladies, could you touch on the importance of those in relationships? So Paula's out there trying to help people find true love. You're helping people when they're finding love, but also in the relationship. Talk a little bit about the importance of communication and boundaries, ladies.
Well, boundaries in sex and relationships are very important. You've got to set those straight, and you got to stick to them. Don't you think? That's the hard part, is sticking to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, boundaries need to be set on the front end.
So there's no problems on the back end.
On the back end. I am a proponent of premarital coaching, because there are conversations, when two people get together, it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I'm just going to accept this thing that they do. 5 years down the line, it's like, well, you've changed. Like, no, I've always hated it. I just never knew how to tell you that I hated it. So those are the areas that I help with. So I'm not just with the already together couple. It's with the people who are right beyond your phase of, all right, they got together. Now let's have some truth telling.
That's so true, and I talk about that when I'm talking to my clients also, setting your boundaries and doing things that are truly you. We ask the questions like, once you are in a relationship, how much do you like to be intimate? Because we know that once you're in an established relationship, the amount that you're going to be intimate with someone does change. When we're first in a relationship, it's all hot and heavy. Maybe it's been a while. But once we're in the relationship 6 months to a year down the road, we're going to go back to who we are. And not everybody requires intimacy as much as other people. So we want to get people that are aligned in that, because it can create a lot of animosity, and you'll feel that your partner doesn't care for you. And it may not be not about caring for you. It's just they just don't need to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the program is On the Mic with Mike. This is Modern Love. We got Paula Pardell. We got Coach K. We are helping you go off into the weekend correctly. We're a little longer today because sometimes folks need a little bit more help than others. Now, I've been out of the game for 40 years, so maybe the techniques that worked in the 80s, they don't work anymore.
I don't know. Maybe some of those techniques in the 80s need to come back around the corner, because it appears that you're not the only one that's sitting on the outside of the game, because some of this new age stuff may not be working.
Okay, so we've had Paula talking about communication, boundaries. What's the number one problem that you see when people show up at your doorstep that they have?
Communication. They're not talking.
Okay, so now let's go on the thing. Who ain't talking? Is it the men or the women?
Surprisingly, the couples that I've coached, it was the husband that reached out. And people think that that's odd, but there are women who will sit and just be okay. And they will just take and take and take until one day it's like you shook up the soda bottle
And took the top off.
took the top off, and it's like, I don't know what she just did, but I can't handle it. Make her want me again. And it's like, so what are we talking about?
One of the things I think from the man's standpoint is, man, we don't know how to explain certain things. Like I tell people, now this is scientific, folks. This is it coming from me. If you watch sports, see, that's one of the great parts about having a radio program. I've been dying to tell people this. If you watch men playing sports and they win a championship, the men are just over the top. They're falling down. They're crying like they were 8 years old.
Yeah.
When you watch women and they win, they're happy. Mm-hmm. But they're not like the men are. Because we haven't had a chance to do that at any other time. There's no other time that we really could let the guard down. Two women could get together and be friends and tell their whole life story in 10 minutes and know all the stuff because they laid it out there. Men have to do something tough together. Sports, military, some kind of hard job. When you let the guard down and you start saying things like, I kind of like this, and the person goes, really? One time I walked in on my sons, and they were watching John Q, and it was my two sons, they were about 13, and their friend. Mm-hmm. They are doing their best not to start crying. I'm looking at them. They're holding it back, and I'm just looking at them. This is the part where I'm going to kill myself, and they're pulling muscles because they don't want to start crying. Because that's a tearjerker. All right, so folks, I get off the soapbox. Paula Pardell, please let folks know how, when you think about what Coach K does, how that plays into your world.
Well, we all want to be in healthy relationship, and intimacy and sex has a lot to do with that. That's all a part of our relationship.
We never heard that before, Coach K. You've been talking about boundaries and communication. We didn't get to the juicy stuff.
Yeah, no, we didn't, but you're bringing it out, aren't you? I was telling Paula, how I met my husband. We've been married. Well, we've been together about 17 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We've been married about 14, 15-ish years. And the way we got together is I just met him, and it was a one-night stand that never ended, literally. And that's not a common practice, I'm pretty sure, in the dating world. But I was able to do so because I was totally in tune with me. So when I was in this presence of this person, I already knew that's where I'm going to be.
Okay.
But everybody can't jump there that quickly because there's a stigma of, oh, no, I can't do that on the first date. Well, why not?
Al Green? Al Green? Al's holding his hands up like, hey. Okay.
I need for people to own their sexuality, own themselves, be in control of it, and not be ashamed of it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying going out and,
letting your,
being that garden tool all over the world. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that this is something that you should own, and you should be very proud of it. And how you use it should be at your discretion, not at the outlookers looking in and their description.
Let me ask you, so how do you take that and turn that into a business? How do you market your business to kind of reel in some people's, like when I first met Paula, I told people, I'm a matchmaker, I'm a business matchmaker, and she's like, you're a real matchmaker? Like the kind of hook, no, it's not hooking people up. That's not what she does, but how do you turn what you do into a business? And what has COVID done to your business practice? That's what the inquiring minds want to know.
The way I turn into a business right now, I've created an Own Your Ish Sis boot camp. And what that is focused on the 25-year-old to 45-year-old female who has truly lost her way. So what I do is I instill a ownership comfortability inside of people so that they are not worried about, well, I can't go and ask him out because, back in those days, women didn't ask men out. When you go to this boot camp,
you're going to own it. And if you want to ask somebody out, or you want to date, or you want to do whatever you want to do, that's how I turned this into a business, by creating comfortable, confident women. Men, you guys, somebody, one day somebody will help you all too. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, that's cool. All right, man. We'll get to you guys down the road.
We'll get to you one day.
You find your own expert.
But my laser focus is on that leading female that knows how to be submissive as well as dominant. So to be a submissive dominant. And then COVID has done wonders for my business, because I actually love doing one-on-ones virtually with my clients. They can be anywhere in the world, and we can do a Zoom session, and it works. People are spending a lot of time together, so they are in that, I didn't realize how much I didn't like you until I had to spend every day with you. Well, it's because you didn't have to talk to them. You didn't see them, but for maybe, honestly, 2 hours a day is probably the most you spent with your partner when everybody was working. And then on the weekends, you were trying to stay as busy as possible. You got that one good day in. Sunday, you relax and you start all over again. Now those 2 hours a day has turned into 8 hours of, what am I going to talk to this lady about now?
She's heard every story, every joke. Did I tell you? Yeah, you told me that in 1997. Oh, you were there with me when. Yeah, it does take. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would want to call in, Paula, she does. Like I said, she does take walk-ins. She's here every Friday. Paula Pardell with Modern Love. We got Coach K. We got Sandra Wilson. This is just, it's going off the rails. If you'd like to call us, give us a call at 804-778-8888. It's On the Mic with Mike Friday. I was going to say Friday Love. No, it's Modern Love with Paula Pardell. We'll be back in just a moment. I got to take a break.
Before and after the salon has been active in the Richmond, Virginia community, providing hairstyling services for over 10 years. Before and After is located in downtown Richmond at 1917 West Carey Street. Specializing in weaves, extensions, and growing healthy hair, Before and After provides a full suite of hair care services. Expert stylists Michelle Smith and Alicia Clark are well trained to meet your styling needs at Before and After the salon.
Do you want a crystal clear picture of your finances? Dial 804-601-0532 and schedule your free financial review with Crystal Clear Financial Solutions. Find us online at crystalclearfinancialsolutions.com.
Hi, Chef Michelle here of Mama Michelle Cafe, home of the Soul Rolls, located at 10811 Hull Street Road. Give us a call at 804-912-1644 or order online at mamachells.com. Ask about our off-site catering options as well as our online ordering through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Follow us on all social media at Mama Michelle Cafe. That's Mama Michelle's, Soul south of the James. Mention Mike on the mic and get a free dessert on us. Special rules apply.
Welcome to your neighborhood wellness store. Your journey with wellness is our #1 priority. We can help you navigate your journey through our cold-pressed juice bar, CBD products, health and wellness products to include hemp shea butter. Relax and unwind in our Wi-Fi lounge and more. We are located at 14822 Hull Street Road, or online at yes2hl.com. Phone number 804-818-2867.
Oh, hello. I'm Louise Keaton from the Whistle Stop Theater Company. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike. Every day at 1 p.m. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. This is Modern Love. Mike King, Paula Pardell. Paula, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay,
this is fun.
This is fun. We got Coach K. Paula, let people know how they can find you.
You can find me at bloommatchmaking.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and give me a call at 804-205-5063.
And for the folks who really need her, you can give Paula a call here Fridays, 804-778-8888. We got Coach K here. Coach, how do people find you?
All right, you can go to my website, which is loveandintimacy101.com. On Instagram, I'm Coach K101, K-A-Y spelled out. And on Facebook, it's Love and Intimacy 101. And you can always feel free to give me a call at 804-967-4551.
All right, Paula, what's new and exciting in the dating world? We talked about boundaries, you talked about communications. What's new and exciting that you could give to our listeners?
Well, I think it's new and exciting. I know I mention this all the time, but people are taking more time to get in these physical relationships. They're thinking about it more. They're considering, is this worth it? Are you COVID worthy? Am I going to let you, violate my 6 feet of distance?
It takes a lot now.
So I think that is a good thing. But I'm getting busy. I'm matching people. I've got people calling me all over the place because they're realizing that real relationships are so important. Now more than ever.
All righty. Coach K, you dropped something. I tell people, all right, folks, on the mic with Mike, this is the place where we break news, we bring in the game changers. You talked about a practice that you talked about going chest to chest. Please explain to people what that is.
So one of the activities that I give to my couples is to do a chest-to-chest embrace every day, if possible, for a minimum of 2 minutes. So that means when whoever walks into the door at the end of their day, they need to embrace each other. They don't have to squeeze tight, but it should be chest to chest to exchange a positive set of energy. If someone's having a pretty bad day, you can pull it off of them and maybe exchange your good energy with them, but it relaxes you. When you are embracing with someone who you truly are in love with and that you want to be around, your shoulders drop, and any anxiety that you have, it just drops down. Now, you can do it for longer, but a minimum of 2 minutes is always the best thing. If you do this for at least 5 days, I promise you that you will feel a difference in how you go to bed in the evening. Some extra things might happen in the bed in the evening, but I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I love that. That is really good.
This is a public.
I really like that.
We're just public servants here. That's all I am. The public service announcement. We, Paula Pardell, Coach K. We are here, bringing you nuggets of knowledge like that. So, Paula, you help the person. You always talk about the rose-colored glasses, Coach. Do people always sort of go after the same ones? Is the same type? Is that your idea? Everybody says no.
People get stuck in a cycle of normalcy.
Okay, and Paula calls that rose-colored glasses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're always going to try and find. You're looking for what you want to see.
Yeah, and then you try to force those glasses to stay on all day long.
And next thing you know, the glasses are like this, and you're realizing this ain't what I signed up for.
Absolutely, and that's where that pre-dating and premarital coaching comes into place. You need to take the glasses off and see people for who they are, beyond the physical, beyond the social media. See that person for who they are. Take your contacts out. Get them in your face. Who are you?
I didn't know you were like that. So you and Paula really are doing. So Paula, one of the things that we talk about with you is people are swiping left and right and looking at pictures.
Right.
Men are notorious for that one. I mean, that'd be us.
It really,
looking at that.
It's a shallow connection if you just base it on one picture. And what
How about
I do,
3 or 4 pictures?
Well,
angles. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled.
Angles and filters.
And filters.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paula.
We turn that around and we start with the compatibility part. Before you can get in front of yourself and put the rose-colored glasses on, we start with the compatibility because that's the foundation of your relationship. And like you were saying, those rose-colored glasses do fall off at some point in a relationship. So, of course we have to be attracted to someone and we have to have chemistry, but your compatibility compatibility is the foundation of what keeps you together. That's the glue of your relationship.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be there first.
And so for you, it's a questionnaire. For you, it's pre-whatever counseling. Pre-whatever.
Yeah, everyone that comes for coaching does a full assessment, and it's everything from exercise, your diet, what are your 3 long and short-term goals. I get all of this information.
Okay, so let me ask you, how do you start out being a coach?
A sexologist?
Yes, a sexologist. The inquiring minds want to know.
Dr. Rachel Ross, she used to be on that show called The Doctors many years ago. She actually created an institute. It's the Dr. Rachel's Institute. And I am also a bedroom candy consultant. So from there, she introduced this to a couple of consultants, some years back. I went through her course is rigorous. I love it. It's everything from anatomy when you're born to opening up your practice to traditions in other cultures. And we go through this entire course of learning all of these pieces. And that's how I became a sexologist.
All righty, folks, that's what we do. I tell you, we bring a little bit of something, everything here to you on the mic with Mike. Paula Pardell here with Modern Love. So, Paula, what's next week? What are we talking about? So we talked about boundaries, communications. What's next up that we can give these good people that they have to look forward to?
Well, this ties in with what she does. Trust is a big issue. You know, if you want to have a good life in the bedroom, you've got to have trust also. You've got to be able to trust that person, that they're looking out for your best interests. And also, you want someone that brings out the best in you.
Yes.
Do you want to be with someone that brings out, because everybody has a bad side. They have the jealous side, the anger side. Do you want to be with someone that just brings that to the top, or do you want to be with someone that brings out the best in you, makes you happy and creative and looking to do new things, I guess?
All righty, folks, the time is 1:58. The program is On the Mic with Mike, here with Paula Pardell, Coach K, talking love, intimacy, sexperts. I don't know what we're talking. I'm trying to keep this as a business show, and here we are. So Paula's here with Modern Love. Coach K is coming back down the road. I'm not sure when you're back here to talk about, more what you do. So, folks, it has been a pleasure. Coach K, real quick, tell people how they can find you.
You can find me at loveandintimacy101.com. On Instagram, it's Coach K, K-A-Y 101. And you can always call me at 804-967-4551.
Paula Pardell.
BloomMatchmaking.com. Give me a call at 804-205-5063.
All righty, folks. We'd like to thank everyone who's come through this week. Big shout out to Anthony Harris, RVA Magazine, was here. We got Paula Pardell here, Coach K, Sandra Wilson. Make sure you follow her stuff at Black Connections LLC.
Yes.
It's been my pleasure being here with you this week. This is the place where the game changers come. As always say, folks, take care of each other. This foolishness that's out there, trust me, we do not stand for it here. This program, On the Mic with Mike, we stand up for people's rights. So stop dogging Black Lives Matter or any other opportunity that you get. Look for the good in people. As I always say, baby, I'm on the way home. As soon as this is over, we're out here trying to beat the Rona. We will talk to you next week. Thanks, y'all. Take care.
WJFN Goochland, WJFN Chester.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall.